Hey, hello everyone. Can anyone confirm if audio, video, and everything looks fine before we get started? Hello, hello.
Look
Hello.
fine to me, I guess.
Yeah, I think I was just checking with the audience.
Look fine to me, I guess.
So, yeah, I think I will. Hello.
No.
I was just checking. I will just okay. I will just check YouTube video and then. Okay. Hello. Am I audible? Anyone in the audience? If someone can confirm, that would be great. Then we can get started. Okay, I think everything looks fine. I think we are good now. So, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning in today. We are live with live commentary for ICPC regionals. And I think this is the first regional. And you can follow the live rank list on also on the sidebar. And I think Codeforce's blog also has it. Let me know if it's not there. So, I think that's where we are. And we have also planned a mirror contest which will start in 15 minutes or so. And I will quickly share like the current rank list we have and the teams at the top, and probably start by giving a shout out to the teams that were first to solve different problems. One second. Yeah, so I think we have so we have 289 ACs on the first problem, fair removals, which is, and then 263 ACs on varied subsequence. Then 99 ACs on red green game, and one ACs on queries, and one ACs on MST product.
How many teams do we have in total today?
I think it's around 300. I don't know the exact number, to be honest. So, okay, it looks like I don't have the. Okay, D4 Maxus, who is the winner for Kanpur Regionals and has a legendary Grandmaster from India, is at the top with 5 aces. Then we have Sackfault at IIT with 3 aces. Then we have Skill Issue with 3 aces. PA 46 MS with 3 aces, and Golden Eagle with 3 aces. So I think this is the current state of affairs. Let's start by giving a shout out to the first ACs as well. I think I will cut out. Yeah, it's quite a long time since I'm back on YouTube, but yeah.
We didn't do any
So
live things last year, right?
yeah, yeah, like I used to do, and I think I stopped in March or so.
Okay.
So yeah, like the first AC on fair removals is by Team Dev for Maxes from IIT Kharagpur. The first AC on Aldi sub is by Debug Dragos. Unfortunately, I don't have college to team mapping yet, but shout out to Debug Dragos for getting a first AC on varied subsequences. The first AC on Red Green Game is by the Blasters team. The first AC on which problem is it? Score queries is by again due for Maxes from IIT Kharagpur. And apparently Prod MST is the same team again. Yeah, it's again due for Maxes from IIT Kharagpur. So yeah, I think this is where we are. We also have a mirror contest planned, which you can find the link on Codeforce's blog. So I think here is blog by Sapin. So people in the chat, like, do let us know which is your favorite team, and we will try to see where they stand right now. Oh, D4 Maxes. I think that's everyone's favorite team. So I will probably end up asking what is the next favorite team. Yeah, rank list, I'm trying to fetch it. For now, you can probably find it at the bottom of the stream, but I'm trying to get it from the folks. So that's one. And I think looks like we have one more AC X2Y. Which is by WA on pretest 4.
Can you tell
Is
us
that
more about the Div 4 Maxers team? Like who are the members of the team and um,
I think the team is more like Dominator and Friends. So like Dominator knew that he would definitely qualify for the World Final, so he just added two of his friends as his teammates.
okay.
So yeah, I think Dominator, as we all of us know he is the first legendary grandmaster from India, silver medal at IOI for India, and he also qualified to the world finals in his first year. Last year, he was the problem setter and contest admin for ICPC regionals, and this time he is back participating in ICPC. And hopefully, we will again have a very good rank from Dominator this year in the ICPC World Finals. He has already qualified by winning Kanpur regionals, and along with him is Aryan Rana, who is currently candidate master at Codeforce, and Aryan Kumar Singh. So one of the natural questions everyone has is like, if D4 maxes also win this regionals, what happens to the slot? Like usually the first team from a regional directly qualifies for the world finals. Like as far as I am aware of, usually the extras like only D4 maxes will directly qualify for the world finals, and the extra slot usually gets added in Asia West regionals for anyone to claim there. So the number of world final slots remains the same, but no one qualifies from Amritapuri regional, or we can say that only the four maxes have qualified twice from Kanpur and Amritapuri. That has been the precedent so far, but yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Div 4 Maxers doing well at the World Finals. Um, I think we are still chasing a medal at the World Finals. Yeah, like potentially a gold at some point.
Yeah. I think this is where we are right now, and I think I will share both.
Um, Aryan, are you at the venue?
Yes, I am at the venue in Amritapuri regionals, to be honest. So I think this is the rank list where everyone can find their favorite teams, how they are doing. Okay, so this is the team name mapping now. Okay, wait. Yeah, so I think here we are. I think I can try to look at a couple of teams. Like, do we let me know like which region they are in? But
Think they're in the not really. One sec.
I'm not
Um,
saying.
Maybe Bangalore.
Think not sure why I can't search here. Okay. I think this is where, yeah. By the way, like one rank list is available on the Zoom chat. Like not the Zoom chat, but the overlay screen. Sure, why the Zoom here is not working, but that's where, yeah.
Yeah, I think they are in Amritapuri.
Like I just wanted to know like the team handle or something.
Okay,
But
it's
yeah, but
2754. So they are rank 134, apparently.
134 with three ACs, right?
Yeah.
So I think this is where we are. And I think the number of ACs on X2Y are increasing, 5 ACs right now. And we have one more first AC, which is preventive measures, pair KDs. Let's see who has solved it. Okay, it's skill tissue. Skill issue is one, but I think skill tissue is from IIT Rurki. So with this, the current state of affairs is I think Deform is at the top with 4 ACs, and then we have couple of teams with Deform 6 AC, and then we have couple of teams with 4 ACs.
Nice.
Skill tissue, Ajakaban KKD, W on pretest 4, the blasters, and hey hey I do CP. So I think this is where we are, and
Yeah, I think Div 4 Maxes have a great lead, but
yeah,
yeah, they seem to have three WAs. So um, yeah, maybe skill tissue can try to catch up.
yeah. Okay, so for people in the audience chat, like we have this rank list as well, which is slightly delayed, but that's okay. So you can try to find it here. All your favorite team, tourists is indeed participating who won the Chennai regionals. Right now, they are at rank 9 with 3 ACs. So I think this is where we are. We are around close to 299, 302 ACs. And I think with this, everyone has an AC now. 121, 98, which is 219, plus 72, 81, 291, and 52. I think 343 is the total team count. So we still have around 40 teams that haven't got an AC on any of the problems yet. And I think the mirror contest has also started. So if anyone in the chat wants to try out problems, they can try submitting there. So here we go.
Did we have a mirror contest for the other regionals as well? Or
I think live mirror contest is probably the first time we are doing,
okay.
and we did had mirror, but it used to be after 3 to 4 days. So it's available here. So I think this is where we are. So I think let's try out first
Mhm.
problem, fair removals.
Yeah.
So the problem statement goes as follows.
So yeah, it looks like we have a binary string s of length n, and in one operation you can choose a subsequence of length 3, uh, such that it has at least 1 0 and at least 1 1, and then the third character that you pick can be anything, and you can delete all of these three elements from the string and then concatenate whatever remains. So you can keep doing this operation. Um, and what you need to tell finally is the minimum possible final length of the string. Uh, so yeah, that's the first problem.
Yeah, and I think I will also go ahead and read the formal problem statement as well. Like the teams tried to make it a themed contest, so every problem has a story in starting.
Oh, nice.
As a part of National Quantum Mission, researchers in Bangalore are developing India's first indigenous semiconducting quantum processor. In the initialization phase, qubits are represented as binary string that must be purified to reach a ground state. The hardware allows for specific coherence operations where any three qubit subsequence containing both 0 and 1 states can be collapsed and removed from the chain. To achieve the maximum quantum coherence, the researcher need to reduce the string to the shortest possible length. By calculating minimum final length, you are helping to optimize error correction protocols for next generation of Indian supercomputers. Formally, you are given a binary string s of length n. In one operations, you can choose a subsequence of s of length 3 such that it contains at least one occurrence of both characters 0 and 1 and delete it from the string. You cannot perform the operation if the length of the string is smaller than 3. The remaining characters are concatenated without changing their relative orders. Find the minimum possible final length of string s after performing this operation any number of times. A subsequence is a sequence that can be derived from a given sequence by deleting 0 or more elements without changing their orders of remaining elements. For example, 10011 are subsequences of 1001, but 010 and 111 are not. So that's where we are. People in the chat do try it out, and then we will discuss the ideas here. Looks like X2Y is getting more aces now with 10 aces so far.
Yeah, good to see that we already have 8 distinct problems solved already.
Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah, just 1 hour into the contest. Yeah.
mm, not sure if. Okay, I think I will probably not try to change anything here. So okay, does anyone knows how we can set it to auto hide? Yeah, yes. I think this is where, yeah. Yeah, I think Sai Teja has an idea on how to solve this problem, and which I believe is something accurate. So yeah,
Yeah, I guess the simple idea here is that, yeah, if you have ones in excess, then you try to pick more ones. If you have zeros in excess, then you try to pick more zeros. Um, yeah, you sort of try to just um, follow that process, and you can come up with a closed form for the the exact number of remaining elements at the end, um, just based on that. And yeah, I think that's a simple exercise that the audience can try to figure out by themselves.
Yes, essentially we have three different upper bounds on number of operations we can do. So you can check which of them is minimum and just subtract total and minus three times that minimum unit. So I think we still have around odd 40 teams that are yet to get an AC on this one. Or I'm not sure how many of these team actually came to onsite. So that would be another bit. And then we have varied subsequence. So like people in the chat do ask any other questions you have. Okay, someone says, what if someone has rank under 15 in Chennai but institute rank 2 and one who got rank institute rank performed well in Amritapuri and not champion one? So both teams qualify for Asia West or only top one? To be honest, I don't know. Like every year, the rules do get changed a bit on how Asia West qualifications happen. So I think this year's rules will also be published because at times even Asia West keeps some caps on how many teams they want to get qualified for each college. So I think for champion, it's clear that no other teams from the same college can qualify. But from other colleges, usually multiple teams do qualify, but the rules at has changed every year is what I have seen. So
Yeah, I think that's what we have seen over the last 10 years, I guess.
yeah. So yeah, like last year it was 16 teams from Amritapuri and 20 from Dhaka and then some single digits from each other team. So that's where we are. Mhm.
Yeah, looks like diff 4 maxes have solved their seventh problem.
Okay. Is it some unique problem they have solved right now or
Um,
let me
yeah, I'm not sure. Was sequence domination solved already?
no sequence domination is solved right away.
Okay.
So
Yeah, so that one, I guess.
so we have it's been 1 hour since the contest has started and we have 9 out of 11 problems solved.
Yeah, that's great. I think we have some good
Mhm.
variety across the set, I guess. And yeah,
So
let's see.
shout out to Deform Access for being the first team to solve sequence domination. And I think with these two problems are remaining and okay, at this point I believe like the complete set would be solved. Like this is some greedy idea only. And I don't know how to solve this one. I haven't seen the solution for it, but most likely deform access would end up solving this one as well. So yeah, like essentially I don't know how to solve all of this problem except for segment element. So that's fair, yeah. And yes, Saiteja's solution is correct. The maximum number of operations would be minimum of n by 3, count of 0 and count of 1. and final length would be n minus 3 times operations. You can try submitting your ideas in the mirror contest. Yeah, like looks like there are many teams that are trying out mirror contest. Fair removals has 16 ACs, varied subsequences have 2 ACs. Okay, looks like some teams from ICPC also are trying out with their ICPC handle over the mirror contest. Okay, question J. I think that's an interesting one. I will see if I need a pen and paper here or not. If okay, with the success of Navy Sea navigation system, Israel is working on a new constellation of small satellites launched via an SSLV, small satellite launch vehicle. To prevent signal collision, each satellite is a cluster must operate at distinct relative power level compared to a central ground station frequency X. If absolute power offsets are not unique, the signal will suffer from destructive interference. During a telemetry scan, the ground sequence receives an array of power level. You are tasked with identifying a subsequence of this level that cannot be made distinct through relative frequency X, signaling potential communication bottleneck in satellite network. So formally, an array B of length n is said to be varied if there exists an integer x satisfying the following. Let's see with an array of length m such that Ci is equal to absolute value of Bi minus x, then it must hold that all Ci's are distinct. In particular, array of length 1 is always varied. And now we are given a length and our task is to print a subsequence of it that's not varied. If there are multiple solutions, then we can print any of them. So I think let me fetch a whiteboard or something. I hope this does not messes up with audio. Let me know if there is a change in audio or something, if it's breaking. Okay, so we now have a pen with us. So let's look at one of the samples here. So what we need is we are given an array A. Let's pick some random numbers here. Let's say this is the random array given to us. Now what we need is we need to find some x. Let's first take some element x as well. Let's say we have some x known as 3 as well. So let's try to find difference of, okay, let's take x equal to 5. Let's find difference of 5 with 2 and print the absolute value. If it's negative, make it 3. 2 minus 5 mod, 4 minus 5 mod, 7 minus 5, and 10 minus 5. So 2 minus 5 is minus 3. Let's take the number without sign, which would be 3. 4 minus 5 would be minus 1. Let's take it without number 1. Let's take 7 minus 5, which would be 2, and 10 minus 5, which would be 5. And we can see that, and all of these elements are different, like there is no repetition here. So this means that the original sequence 2, 4, 7, 10 is a varied sequence. Let's try to pick x equal to 3 here. 2 minus 3 would be minus 1, absolute value would be 1. 4 minus 3 would be 1. And then we have 7 minus 3 would be 4, 10 minus 3 would be 7. And here you can see like the numbers have repeated. So x is not a valid choice for this sequence to be called a varied sequence. What we need is we are given an array A. We have to find if there exists some element x such that if you take mod like this, then all the elements you get would be different. If some such x exists, then you have to print yes. If it does not, then you have to print no. This is how we figure out if an element x is varied sequence or not. Now what we have to do is in the problem statement we are given an array A. We have to delete some elements. Such that remaining elements form a varied sequence. Varied subsequence. By varied subsequence, we means that there is no x using which we can make elements unique. Make differences unique. And that's what we have to do in this problem. So I will give it to the audience who wants to try it out this problem, propose solutions here. Then we will discuss those ideas.
And is there any bound on x? Can we pick any x and like
Yeah,
any
we
integer?
we can pick an integer here. Yeah, like that's actually a good question. So we can pick an integer x.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. 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 I don't know
By the way, Aaron,
why
we
my video is
can't
missing. Is it?
see your video on the live stream. We can only
Oh,
see your screen.
le- yeah, let me. Okay. I think at least video is available. So was my video visible to you or not?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Your video is visible to me here, but not on the live stream.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
okay. I think.
when you share your screen, basically your video goes away. Yeah, now I can see it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think I will check on the desktop if something goes wrong. But yeah.
Cool.
So I think this is where we are. Mhm. Okay. Looks like we have one more AC. So only segment hallucination is the remaining problem. Okay. Point mirror is the most recent one, I believe. Point mirror was 19 minutes ago. It's team weak test case. Okay, it's from Triple IT Delhi. Abhishek, Piyush, and Jatin are the team members.
Okay. Diff 4 maxes now have 8 solves in total.
Mm, okay, so yeah, I think it would be. I would expect them to get the remaining two problems as well, and I think the hardest problem we have is segment elimination.
Okay.
If they end up doing with that, then yeah. So I think this is where we are. Preventive measures have one more AC. It is by team D4 maxes. So yeah, I think this was the eighth problem, right? Okay, so the current set of affairs is 8 by D4 maxes, 5 by skill tissues from IIT Rurki, and then the blasters. The blasters is from IIT Madras. Nanda, Kaushik, and Arya are the team members from the blasters, and skill tissues Akshat, Parth, and Sam. Okay, yes, I think Satya says when two numbers are equal in subsequence, then I am stuck. Yes, I think that's precisely the crux of the problem. And if you figure out how to do for such cases, then you would be able to solve this problem. So I think this is where we are. Whether I was the author of X2Y, I think test Satyam prepared test cases and all. And the idea, I think I had some idea along this line. And when we were coming to Amritapuri here, I was discussing all the ideas I had with Satyam. And then that's where he picked up this problem from those ideas.
Nice. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think we can cover the problem. We can try to cover as many as we can
So,
throughout the stream, I guess.
yeah, I think I will probably wait for some time to get few more ACs here. So that
Yeah.
would be the idea. So I think this is where we are. I think there must be one all submissions tab as well, where we can see what the most recent teams are doing. Oh yeah. Oh, so the most recent AC is on Max Make EXY, which is by team. Number one from bits.h. Looks like a pretty cool name if the team is from Bits Hyderabad. Yes, they are from Bits Hyderabad campus. One team member being Ritin, Varun, and Soumya. I hope rank list here is visible. So I think that's where, yeah. I think I have pinned one channel comment here for a code forces blog. You can find it in the public rank list and all here. Okay. Okay, looks like Teja Smart is also streaming for this contest. Okay, how to? Okay, it looks like it's different. Okay. Okay, we have few more ACs on Make X2Y. So I think teams have figured out like this is the problem they have to tackle next. So AC Septed team also has an AC on Make X2Y. This is the team from IIT Hyderabad. केवल have more C. Okay, this is not loaded yet. Okay, I think this is number one from bits.h. No, wait, Keval Hamotsi, what we were looking for, Keval Hamotsi, right? Keval Hamotsi is from IIIT Hyderabad. So I think this is where we are.
We have discussed the first two problems, right?
Yes, I haven't really discussed the solution for the first two
Okay.
problems, but
Okay. Yeah, we can discuss that.
sure. So for varied sequence, I think we have any ideas what should be the solution here?
So I think Sai Teja shared the solution in chat.
Okay.
So yeah, I can share his idea and I think it looks correct. So basically, um, so if all elements in the sequence are distinct, then you have -1 because um, yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think that's the idea for the -1 case. But now what do you do for the scenario where you have duplicates, I guess? Um, and there his suggestion is I'm just trying to check. Um, okay, he seems to be saying that we just print the duplicate elements. Um, so yeah, I guess the insight here, I think would be that if you have two elements, then you basically just get duplicates. So let's say you have two numbers, say, uh, let's call them A. Both of them are A, and you subtract X and take the mod, then you would obviously end up with the same value. So yeah, basically just take all the duplicates, and those would always give you a subsequence that is not varied. I forgot what the term was in the problem statement. Um, so yeah, I think that seems to be it for most part. I don't know
Mm,
if I'm missing something out here.
I think that's the idea. Essentially,
Okay.
if you have two elements, then whatever you take a difference with x, the number you will get is the same number.
Yeah.
So if you have two elements that are same, then you can just print them and you will never be able to get different c for them. Otherwise, for example, in this problem, all the numbers are positive. So you can just take x equal to 0. And if all the numbers are originally distinct, then you will get again distinct numbers. So that's the idea here. I think if the number would have been negative, then you could have taken minimum or maximum or something close to infinity. That would have worked. So for example, in the samples 10 and 20, the answer is 91. For 48958, the answer is 898. So I think this was the solution I implemented. Figured out if there are two
Okay.
elements that appear two times, just print them. But yeah,
Mhm.
actually there is one more insight here. Ki if a subsequence has two duplicate number, then we would never be able to subtract, right? So you can also print the original array itself. You can just count the number of distinct element in the original array. If the count is n, print -1. Otherwise, just print the given input, and that will also work.
Nice.
So I think we had one similar problem around a couple of years ago where I made a problem. The idea was कि you just print input and you will get an AC on it. And
Yeah.
this idea, I think,
Remember.
so problem setters like putting neat ideas like this. So yeah, that's where we are. And I think there are a couple of code forces around as well where printing n would have gave you the given input is n, you have to print n for the output.
You mean like an
And
Excel rules round or something, or a
yeah,
series?
I think it's MCDIC sound Mactic.
Oh,
So
nice.
he created a div 2a with this idea. And there is one more round where you have to print a permutation in an answer. And it was Saso Chandra's round, I believe, II silver medalist from India. And the solution was as long as you print any permutation, you will get an AC out of it. So, and unfortunately, there are still couple of WAs on that problem because someone tried to print numbers instead of permutation of 1 to n, they ended up printing 2 to n+1 with some index offsetting issues or something like that.
I see. I see.
So,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I
essentially
think
essentially problem setters like such simple ideas because they see it as beauty.
yeah, I guess unless the setter is Kevin,
Mhm.
then maybe things can be different.
Yeah, I think we can probably discuss the third one as well. Red green game. As India establishes its first semiconductor fabrication plant, engineers are fine tuning the automated logic gates used in 28 nanometer chip production. Two control algorithms, Alice and Bob, take turns processing a streaming of logic signals represented by red, low energy, and green, high energy pulses. Both algorithms begin with an internal state of low. Processing a red pulse flips the algorithm state between low and high, while a red pulse keeps the current state lock. The efficiency of the final circuit depends on how many algorithms end in the high state. Alias logic is designed to maximize the high energy output, while Bob's error correction logic seeks to minimize it to prevent overheating. Alice and Bob play a game. They initially have X red balls and Y green balls. Alice and Bob's have a color that is initially red. They take turns alternatively, Alice going first. On each turn, a player does the following: pick a ball. If the picked ball is red, the player's color remains unchanged. If the pink ball is green, the player's color flips. That is, if it was red, it becomes green. If it was green, it becomes red. The game ends when there are no balls left. The score of the game is total number of green balls at the end. That is, count how many players have green at the end. Alice wants to maximize the score, Bob wants to minimize it. Determine the score if both the players play optimally. So essentially what we have is we have some red and green balls. Red balls do nothing and green balls just changes and the parity of how many green balls just changes the color which a person has. And you have to figure out what is the number of green colors at the end. One person wants to keep it as low as possible. One person wants to keep it as high as possible. So I think this is where we are. Let's see if anyone is trying segment elimination yet. I don't think. It would most likely be the case that Due4 Access would be the first team to attempt any submissions on segment elimination because all the other teams have different problems to solve for which they are seen are solvable in the contest. And usually no one tries to pick an unsolved problem if they already have many problems that are yet to be tried. So this is where we are. And let's see what are the current state of rank list. Okay, looks like D4 maxes also have a couple of problems that they haven't AC'd yet. For example, max pairs. Pair path. Okay, this problem has been solved. Let's see who is the first team to solve on this one. So 20 minutes ago it was the Blasters. The Blasters are the first team to solve pair path maximums. And they are from IIT Madras, Nanda, Kaushik, and Aryam. So I'm a bit interested in their current rank list right now. So they have moved to fourth rank with 5 ACs right now. So the current set of rank list is D4 Maxus is at the top. Then we have Skill Tissue, which I believe is from IIT Delhi, IIT Rurki. And then we have Golden Eagle. They have 5 problems. And if I remember correctly, they don't have first AC on any of the problems, but they are. So they are from IIT Rurki. And then we have the Blasters from IIT Madras. So I think Skill Eagle has just caught an NAC and they have moved from fourth to third rank due to a better time penalty. So I think this is where we are. Then we have weak test cases from Triple IT Delhi, Ajab Ka Ban Ke Kaidi from IIT Indore. Then we have IIT Kanpur W on pretest 4, Lal Fund from Triple IT Allahabad. Then IIT BHU not qualified. Then IIT Madras PPA 46 minus 46 MS. Then Keval Hai Mercy from Triple IT Hyderabad and AC Septed from IIT Hyderabad. Malai Chap Extra Mal from IIT Rurki and like a lot of teams with 4 ACs here. And I think it's around 2 hours in the contest.
I guess probably 6 or 7 teams could go to Asia West finals. Is that right? Or
I
don't?
think last year it was 16 from Amritapuri.
Okay.
So Amritapuri site is quite large.
So Aryan, what is your favorite problem in today's set,
Okay, my favorite problem actually,
apart from your own problem?
hmm, yeah, I think that was obvious. I have to choose something that's not my own problem. So yeah, I think actually I would say I liked sequence domination, which is actually the hardest problem. And I did not got an AC on it, but so I ended up looking at other participant solutions. But the idea is actually quite neat.
And who is the setter for the problem?
I'm not sure, it's probably Satyam.
Okay.
I think
We are also seeing some submissions on the mirror contest. So the top team has three solves in the mirror contest right now.
yeah,
Team
let's
or
see.
individual? Like, yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay, path pair maximization has been solved in mirror as well. Actually, the implementation is quite, but
Do we have any number theory in this contest?
I think the answer is no.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, there is one. This is point mirror is number theory. The way you define probably the number theory, but yeah, essentially it's one. Okay, people from Indonesia are also trying our mirror contest. Yeah. ये डीपी नहीं होगा, बेस्ट विशेस, या लाइक गुड लक्स टू द टीम, ये डीपी नहीं होगा, एंड लेट्स होप दे गेट अ गुड रैंक एंड क्वालिफाई फॉर एशिया वेस्ट. We can quickly check which rank they are in, but not sure, I cannot search it here, but yeah. I think this is where we are. So I think let's check what all different teams should be trying out. Skill
Yeah.
tissue hasn't solved. Max
Path
players,
pair. Hmm.
min swap, I think. Point mirror. I think point mirror is actually a tricky to get it right,
Okay.
which is again number theory. And as goes without saying, I simply looked at what the correct solution is rather than trying to figure out how to solve it. So, and then sequence score. Actually, this is also quite tricky to get it right. I want to know how many people have solved Z problem. Yeah, just two, right? So I think there is one neat formula on this problem, and most of the people could not figure out that formula. But once you figure out that formula, it becomes quite straightforward to implement. So I think and preventive measures is I think among the problems which have less than two ACs, most approachable problems in my opinion are preventive measures,
Mm.
which is again kind of caching problem only, and then Zor product MSC. Like Zor product MSC, I think is actually quite easy. Like if you don't know anything, then just write a brute force solution which figures out MSC and look at what are the patterns happening there.
Okay.
So I would expect quite a lot of teams to get these two ACs right. And then based on who is number theory expert or something, they can go for point maximization. Sequence domination, I think, is the second hardest problem. And then score queries would be somewhere in between. Okay, looks like we have one more AC on job product MST.
Nice.
Like looks like couple of more. So I think yeah, folks have figured out how to solve it. Two ACs in next 2 minutes. First team to solve Zor MST was due for Maxes, so they are essentially guiding everyone on which problems they have to solve. Second AC was on Peri Peri Fries, full points for the team name. Peri Peri Fries is from IIT Varanasi. Right now they are at rank 62. I think this problem hasn't been counted yet, otherwise they will jump somewhere here. And then we have team not qualified who has also solved Zor MSC, third team to solve it. With the team is from IIT Varanasi again. They were at rank 9, so after this they will jump to rank 5. And when we have Go Ditters, the team is from IIT Varanasi again. They will also jump over here. So it looks like it would be a quite close call between IIT Varanasi team, as usually has been the case. They are trying to compete for Asia West finals right now. Okay, let's see which team is it. So, okay, someone got an AC on Mac X2Y as well. I see PC Square is the team name. The team is from Triple IT Hyderabad. And then we have a couple of submissions that are still running. There looks many submissions. Okay, probably we have one more AC on Scoreboard MST. Car Bhavani also has got an AC on it. Yeah, I think this would be the most approachable problem from Triple IT Ranchi. Actually, this would be the quite approachable problem because if you don't know anything, what you can do is you can simply write a brute force here, and I think we can just discuss it once. And yeah, is our prod MST is actually getting more assists than the other problem. So yeah, it is under the Unique Bharat initiative, the Department of Telecommunications is deploying an ingenious fiber optic backbone to bridge the digital divide in the rural India. In a newly integrated district and villages, syntax from 1 to n are slated for high-speed connectivity. To optimize the deployment of underground cables, engineers have deployed a specialized cost model for linking all any two villages. The expenditure for underlying a connection between village X and Y is determined by product of their indexes and a signal interface coefficient. which is calculated as bitwise yaw sum of all the village indexes in the range from X to Y. To ensure every village is connected to national grid while keeping total infrastructure budget as low as possible, the project planners must determine total weight of minimum spanning tree for this network. This calculation is essential for delivering e-governance, digital healthcare, and education for higher corners of the country. You are given an integers. Consider graph G consists of nodes numbered 1 to n. For any two nodes x and y, there is a directed edge with weight x into y into XOR of numbers from x to y. Find the weight of minimum spanning tree of x, and since the number can be very large, you have to print it modulo given mod. Okay, looks like a couple of more ACs on XOR prod and pair k. Valguni team has also got an AC on XOR Product MST. The team is from IIT Hyderabad. With this, they will have 4 ACs. Brahmastra is the team that have solved make x equal to y. With this, they will also have 4 ACs. Not a lot has changed here. Okay, looks like we have one team with 6 ACs. This is the team, the Blasters. What is the most recent AC they have? They have just now solved pair k distance. So they are the second team right now. The Blasters is from IIT Madras. And again, as the competition goes, two IIT Rurki team are fighting neck on neck with each other. And the difference between them is just 7 minutes time penalty. So I think this has been the history with IIT Rurki teams at Amritapuri. I think back in our days, IIT Rurki team, there was one team at rank 2 and there was one team at rank 3. And because ICPC allows only one team from a college to qualify for the World Finals, the ranked 3 team could not qualify, and the ranked team 4 team from IIT Bombay ended up qualifying for the World Finals. The same has happened in the Asia West a year later as well. There were 2 teams from IIT Rurki, and I think eventually it was Rahul Duga's team that qualified. And the other team that could not qualify was actually the previous World Finals from IIT Rurki. So there are quite close competitions between the teams in IIT Rurki and IIT Varanasi.
Yeah, I guess it has been like how many, 6 years or something like that. Five, no, maybe 6 years is a lot, but yeah, maybe 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. Touristers have also gotten AC on Zor Prod MST. They are the winners from the previous Chennai regionals. So they are at rank 14 right now. Not sure what folks are planning to do, but yeah. And actually, a shout out to team Keval Hamatsi who haven't got a WA yet, and they have 5 ACs so far. So almost 2 hours have completed now, and all the problem except segment elimination has been solved. And the first team at the top is the four maxers. The team at rank 2 is the blasters. Then we have skill tissue, golden eagle, not qualified, cable have mercy, and god eaters, and weak test cases, and hey I do CPU. So 9 teams have 5 ACs so far, and then we have a lot of teams at 4 ACs. Yeah, I haven't checked back on the chat. Okay, are you guys coordinator? If yes, then from which college? I think we have graduated quite a few years ago. I graduated 4 years ago, and Weber has graduated around 8 or 9 years ago. So that's where we are. And I think I we were coordinator at some point in time, but this year we are not coordinating the contest. Just that we have tested few problems out and we know how to solve these problems because we have seen other people's solution, tester solution, model solution, etc. So that's where we are.
Aryan, do you know if so let's say Div 4 Maxes are ranked one in this contest? They won't be participating in Asia West finals, right? Or will they?
Yeah, actually they can participate because usually like the teams like ASOS for ASOS people allowed regional winners to participate, but not
Okay.
any other team from their contest. And even if they participate, they won't be qualifying again. But usually it's for bragging rights to figure out what is the best team from ASOS. The only way to figure out is to hold a contest with all the best teams from the ASOS.
That makes sense.
So they have technically qualified for the Asia West 2 along with the World Finals. Now it will be up to them to decide what do they want to do. And yeah, like their rank list won't impact any other team's qualification scenario or anything.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah, so I think that's where we are. Okay, above there is one more question कि hey bro, code forces पे rating कैसे increase करें? Do you have any suggestions or probably what you have done in your time when you were actually participating?
I think you are the better person to answer this
Mm,
question, but at
mm.
least like maybe for initial levels, I think Omnic has a good blog post that I usually ask people to read up. That yeah, basically it's not about knowing more data structures or named algorithms, etc. It's mostly that try to solve more ad hoc problems to improve your problem solving abilities. And once you are good at all of that, then learning all of these named algorithms or data structures is not that hard. You'll just be able to apply them better. So yeah, um, uh, during our times there used to be uh, something called A2OJ. So A2OJ ladders is what we used to use back then, but I think it is not maintained anymore. Um,
Yeah, like A to Z ladders. I actually have a code forces group where all the problems have been exported.
oh,
So
nice,
people
nice,
can try it out here. A to
nice.
Z ladders.
Yeah, yeah. So I think those
So
ladders were pretty good.
I
Um,
think, yeah, actually, I also solved these ladders when I was trying 2100, 2200 back then.
nice. And I guess if you want to do topic specific stuff, then Light OJ is good. Or there was one more, right? Something for you like USACO preparation. I think it was USACO.guide.
Yeah,
So,
guide is actually quite good.
yeah. So that one is pretty good as well as.
So yeah, here you can actually look at I think you can choose how you want to practice. Bronze is actually due 3 level or something like that. Silver is due 2, gold is due 1, and platinum is a bit harder than due 1. So you can choose based on your current rating. For example, if you want to try silver, then it has different modules. For example, binary search. Here it has text that explains what binary search is at times, YouTube videos, etc. I did here. What are the common mistakes, etc. And then a lot of problems to try out for. So this is usually,
Nice.
and it also has frequency of how frequent something appears. Also, the frequency is based on USA Olympiad because that's the target they had. Like that's the primary the guide is for. But yeah, it in general works for everyone.
Yeah, I think these resources are very helpful. When I started off, there were only like some top coder tutorials when top coder was like the main site. Uh, yeah, they used to have nice visualizations as well, to learn data structures, I guess.
Actually, skill TC has also solved one more problem and then they are at rank 2. So yeah, skill tissue from IIT Rurki has solved their sixth problem. So they have moved from third to second rank here. Yeah, and coming back to top coder, I think these days top coder has stopped organizing contest. And I think looking back at the current state of CP, a lot of judge has simply died out over the last couple of years. And right now, what we are left with is code forces, ad coder, and codechef. Even on codechef, we like the D1 contests are quite rare. I think there were less than 4 contests last year. Earlier, it used to be 3 contests every month or something like that. And one of them used to last for 10 days. So codechef does not have D1 contest. So for D1 participant, it's essentially ad coder and code forces. Even for ad coder, I think the frequency is something like AGC, which is the hardest one, is less than 5 contests in a year. And ARC is somewhat frequent with 1 contest in a month or something like that.
Okay.
So essentially, it's just code forces for T1 participants.
Mm.
And with that, on flip side, we have initiatives like Universal Cup as well, where a lot of teams can participate in a team, and they regularly organize contests with the frequency of during the regionals time and all. They have 1 contest every weekend, and otherwise 2 contests in a month or so.
Do you think it has become much harder to create new problems these days?
Yeah, depends. If you want to create a problem which that an AI cannot solve, this is becoming really, really hard day by day. But if that wouldn't have been the case, actually now we have quite a lot more people who are creating problems.
Mm.
So
Yeah, yeah, for online contests specifically, I think it has become
yeah,
problematic.
yeah, actually it was quite challenging to create an online round this year compared to the regional contests. And
Mm.
precisely for the same reason. And then we had anti-cheating combat measures as well. Okay, looks like someone has also solved. Okay, one job prod. I think I saw one more AC on SCQR, which is the recent team. SCQR solved score queries skill tissue. I think skill tissue is so it looks like they have 2 back-to-back ACs now. And with this, I believe they have probably moved to 7 ACs. Let's just see. Okay, only 6 ACs. So Square queries was the most recent issue that. Okay, we have Harshvardhan in the chat who goes by username Magga on Code Forces. And what you will see is like he has a little mug as his profile picture. And whenever he changes his ranks, he also changes the color of that mug. So when he's red, the mug would be of red color. When he's orange, the mug color would be orange. And if he falls down to specialist or something, he will change it to green. And he is saying that come on IIT Delhi, we have to maintain our streak of coming second in Amrita. So I think this is quite a famous quote from him. Like when he was qualifying for the World Finals, he said his famous quote was भाई हर साल मैं एक ही रैंक से वर्ल्ड फाइनल्स क्वालिफाई करने से ब्रो हर बार मैं कैसे एक रैंक से ही रह जाता हूँ. So his story, I think his team was the first team to not qualify for World Finals from Asia West in 2023, like couple of years ago. Egypt won was the World Finals. And then when he tried the next year, he was second in Amritapuri again. So l- only the first team directly qualifies for the World Finals. But yeah, he eventually later on qualified from the Asia West for the World Finals and went on to win Asia West Championship in the World Finals, in the Egypt World Finals. So hey, hi Harshvardhan. So looks like Dominator has also solved a ninth problem. Okay, so we have two changes here. One is Dominator has solved a ninth problem due for maxes. So the most recent problem they have solved is max payers.
Mm.
And then we have one more team. So not qualified has solved 6 problems again. The most recent problems they have solved is pair k distance. So I think let's start with discussing one of the next problems as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this was the problem. And like any suggestions, Weber, from your side on what people should be doing there? I think we read the problem earlier.
Yeah. Okay. I haven't thought too much
Yeah,
about
okay.
it, but it looks like so there are two colors, right? Red and green.
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, only the green ones matter pretty much, I guess, because they are the ones due to which your color, like a player's color, would flip. So yeah. Yeah, I'll have to think a bit more.
Yeah. So I think I will probably just discuss the idea. So essentially,
Yeah.
it boils down to parity. So if you have, let's say, 5 green balls,
Mhm.
then if you look at the number of, like, it's like saying a person will end up with red colors if they have received even number of green balls, and a person will end up with green colors if they have received odd number of green balls.
Makes sense.
So if total number of green balls is odd, then one of the number must be odd and one of the number must be green, because odd plus even remains odd. So if the green number of green balls is odd, the answer is always one. You can try to play however you want. You won't be able to change the fate here. So that's where we are. And now if the number of green balls is even, then the situation changes. Okay, both of the players can either have odd balls.
Mm.
In that case, both the colors would be green. Or
Yeah.
both the players can have even balls. In that case, both the colors would be red. So you have to decide between 0 and 2. And I think that's where both the players will try to do something and try to force one color over the other. But it's also a bit deterministic, so you will have to figure out what to do when the total colors are even. So I think with this, I will leave this problem here and let participants figure out few cases on what they want to do. And yeah, I think I will quickly jump on to make X to Y. And I will also ask people to join in as well. So the problem X devices as a part of national supercomputing mission, researchers are testing a high precision arithmetic unit for indigenous supercomputer. This unit operates on an extremely large bit with 10 to the power 100 bits to handle complex scientific simulations. To verify the efficiency of data bus, engineer must transform an initial bit string X into a target configuration Y using processors to core hardware instructions, an incremental step, and a global bit shuffling, reordering the bit stream. Because these operations consume clock cycle, the goal is to determine the most efficient path between the two massive numerical states to optimize supercomputers' throughput. Essentially, you are given two numbers x and y in a 10 to the power 100 bit system. For example, x equal to 5 represents this. In each turn, you can perform one of the following operation. Add x to 1, add 1 to x. If x overflows, it becomes 0. Reshuffle the bits of x, that is, arrange the bits of x in any order you want. For example, if x has binary representation of 5, you can rearrange it to some different ways. Find the minimum number of turns needed to make x equal to y. So I think this is the problem which I will let participants figure out the solution now. And it has
Just
50 aces now.
so in the reshuffle operation, can you just have any permutation?
Yeah, any
Uh,
permutation leading zeros are allowed. Or you can do whatever you want.
okay, okay.
It's just that the bit length remains same. You cannot increase it, but for all practical purpose, the bit length is infinite. The given numbers are up to 10 18, so you won't have more than 60 bits. So I think the inspiration here was probably an Adcoder beginner contest. I don't know actually, remember to be honest, where they did had some kind of such operations or something. So like this was the idea I was juggling around for last 1 year, where I wanted to have some shortest path with this kind of operations. And actually a neat idea would even be like if you have to so the actual solution is kind of greedy here, but it would be neat if you can figure out how do you even brute force ideas if I ask you for a lot of it. And I think Zor product MST, I think we have discussed the problem statement. Yeah, I think Zor product MST, we did discuss the problem statement, not the solution. And then we have preventive measures as well. Okay, we have more teams solving 6 problems now. Golden Eagle has also solved 6 problems, and Cable have Mercy has also solved 6 problems. So more teams are chasing up here. Okay, the interesting fact about the contest is problem letters are from B to L instead of A to K. Not sure if anyone has noticed this, but that's real. Do you want to make any guesses on why problem letters are from B to L instead of A to K?
I can only guess that maybe there were some logistics issues related to problem A due to which, yeah, maybe. Did we have to like remove some problem at the last moment from the problem set? Like, did we have
Yeah,
12 problems?
yeah, we
Originally?
had 12 problems and then we removed it at the last moment. But logistic was not the reason. And the primary reason was it has some greedy ideas or something, which the
I
setter
see.
did not prove yet, and none of the testers submitted it. So
I see.
I think Satyam was the setter, so he decided that it's
Yeah.
better not to have one extra problem which can impact some of the teams. So when I woke up today, that's when I figured out that he has simply removed one of the problems.
Yeah, I think several years ago we had one instance in the online round where
Mm.
people had a greedy solution without a proof.
Yeah, and I think it turned out to be NP hard problem, and it was
Yeah,
a bit mess to figure out.
yeah,
So I think this is where we are.
yeah. I think interesting contest so far. Um,
Interesting,
apart
and
from
apart from winner looks like one-sided contest, but apart from that, there are teams that are closely solving. And okay, we have a team with 7 EC, which is skill tissue. Skill tissue is from IIT Rurki with 7 ECs now. The most recent problem they have solved is our Prod MST. Yeah, I think this is the problem which a lot of teams would be trying out. And as can be seen from the AC, it has around 20 ACs. So, mm, so looks like mhm. Okay, mirror swap is one that Dominator team hasn't solved yet, but someone has already solved it, which is at rank 13. So it's a bit hard, but I believe Dominator might be trying on this one, D4 maxes. And then for skill tissue, which has 7 ACs so far, max PRS. I think my recommendation to them would be to go for max payers. And then sequence term. I think sequence term might be a bit hard as well. So they should probably even try other ideas as well. Point mirror, I think might be easy. Like based on how one determines like sequence dominator, few people may find it easier.
what do you think is the difficulty level for X2Y? Like in terms of
X2Y,
rating?
I think it was supposed to be around 1800 or so for code forces, but looking at this, is it might be 1600 or I don't know. Yeah, I think it actually made the problem set a bit balanced. People might argue that, and I hope we will have at least 100 ACs on this one by the end of the contest. But yeah, it can be tricky to get right because there are a couple of cases involved.
I see. So, Aryan, would you like to share any of your ICPC on-site experiences, like any memories that you have, like one which on-site contest did you attend, and like yeah, just generally for the audience maybe.
Yeah, actually, Amritapuri is a site which I have been to multiple times. At this point, I have been to their Coimbatore site, Bangalore site a couple of times, and today Amritapuri site itself. And in terms of hospitality and all, I think this is the site which usually has the better food and all, and even the infra and everything as well. And the primary reason to like Amritapuri is like because there are large number of teams. So usually teams from the top are usually guaranteed a slot because they at times prefer merit as well. Because they can actually ICPC's motto is to spread across a lot of college. And like this is a site that can actually maximize both, have a good number of teams from the top as well as a large number of distinct colleges as well. So that's where we are. And I think I have lived in Kanpur as well, and
Mhm.
it's quite a lot of winter there.
Mhm.
And I think these are the two regionals which I have been to. I did not went to Kharagpur regional or the Gwalior regional as well that used to be there back then. So yeah. So yeah, essentially it boils down to I have been to Amritapuri regional always, except for once when I qualified for Kanpur regional. So this is, and I think D4 Maxes have solved the 10th problem as well. So now they have around two and a half, like we are just only half of the contest is over. We have two and a half are left and only one problem for D4 Maxes. And I think which was the recent problems. We can quickly check the recent problem they have solved, but yeah. Yeah, so they have figured out the mirror swap one, which I think.
Yeah,
So yeah,
cool. Yeah, I've also been to the Amritapuri site a few times, and yeah, it has always been a really interesting experience because you first just compete online and you know all of these people via Code Chef or Code Forces forums. So meeting everyone in real life is a great experience. You end up making a lot of friends from the community. Uh, so yeah, I
yeah,
really enjoy.
actually, that's the interesting part for the regionals. Okay, I remember meeting a lot of people, and after the contest, we were playing cards and all in one of the rooms, probably until night. And then everyone was trying to catch their flight at around 2 in the night, 3 in the night, or something like that. So I think this is where we are.
Yeah, I think we should have more on-site contests even for ex-participants. I'm sure
Mm.
people will probably still be interested in maybe doing just one contest a year or something like that. Uh,
Yeah, and yeah, actually, that's also the current state where computer programming is moving towards. Now, number of on-sites are simply vanishing. The CodeChef Kickstarter, CodeJam have been closed. We still have Hacker Cup, but Hacker Cup has boiled down to only an on-site online contest. Top
right.
Coder has stopped organizing contests. We actually used to have Top Coder regionals where anyone could participate, not just college students.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Top Coder Open, I guess.
Yes, Top Coder open. So those were the ones, and there were a lot more back then.
Yeah, actually, even Yandex used to have a contest.
Yeah, Yandex actually has now as well.
Oh, I see, I see.
So,
Nice.
and that's actually one of the on-site this year. So they invited 20 people. So right now the on-site contest are simply we have ICPC for college students, regionals and world finals.
Mm.
We have III for school students. III can technically called like every team has an III training camp as well. So that can be considered as an on-site where people get to meet a lot of folks.
Yeah.
And then the world finals, III finals also exist. And apart from that, we have Yandex, which they have organized for last couple of years again, where around 20 people have qualified for the World Finals. We have AdCode WF World Tour Finals. They are inviting 12 people from algorithms and 12 people from heuristics.
Oh, nice.
And I think this is pretty much the contests that are happening regularly. We had one Rayan contest from Iran as well this year. That was an onsite, but not a lot of people from the top went there. I don't know why, but yeah.
Okay.
And actually, it was had quite a sizable prize money as well. So
How much was
that's
the price money?
yeah, I think it was around $10,000 or $20,000, something like that. And I think this site is down. Otherwise, we could have looked at it. Oh,
Give me 2 minutes. I'll be back.
yeah, like $15,000 for the winner, 10,000 second place, and 5,000. And they
Just give
had
me 2 minutes. I'll be back.
yeah, sure. Let's see what people are doing in the mirror contest as well. So in the mirror contest, a segment elimination and apart from segment domination, all the problems have been solved. Oh, Nekona is trying out after quite a long time. Posters to team, we can quickly check. Okay, the team is from IIT Vellore. They have currently 4 ACs right now with penalty of 1, and they are at rank 25.
I'm back.
Yeah. Any update on IIT Hyderabad team? We can quickly check. Okay. IIT Hyderabad, the most recent team is Falguni, which has 5 ACs. And then there are teams closely fighting with each other. One has 4 ACs, AC Septed, and one has 4 ACs, Slenderman. And yeah, actually, a quite good question. Like, Weber, what do you think would be the cutoff for top 20 teams this year? I think essentially roughly 15, 16 would be the cutoff for ACRS. So, what do you think? How many problems each team would have to solve to at least qualify for ACRS?
For Isha yeah, I think probably 8 problems. I think the top ones will probably get to yeah, maybe Div 4 Maxes will probably solve all. Uh, Second and third could fight for like 9 problems, potentially nine or 10. Um, yeah, and assuming that 6 or 7 teams roughly would go to the Asia West finals, I would say 8 problems roughly because they are already at like 600. So at least 2 more problems, I would say. Um, yeah, that's my guess. So yeah, based on time penalty, we'll have some segregation eventually. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
for top.
that
Yeah.
that actually looks quite accurate. Like we have 14 teams ACs on the first 6 problems, and
Okay.
we are only half an hour into the contest. So we can kind of expect 2 more ACs.
Okay.
And actually, I'm not sure about score queries, but yeah, actually, point mirror and pair path maximization would actually be quite easier compared to score queries. Score query is more like someone has to figure out the characteristic here, then it's bit easy to implement. But let's see. So
Okay.
I think this is where we are.
Yeah.
How many teams? I think last year it was 16 teams from here, and
16.
there were few. Yeah, there were few duplicates, so probably around rank 20 or so.
Oh, I see. I see. I see. Okay.
Mm, mm.
Yeah. So at least a couple of problems more, um, and not having too many penalties, um, would be great.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, Teja is right now participating in Mirror. Like he's the past world finalist from IIT Madras. So you might want to see how he is doing. You can go
I,
here. Yeah, I think I don't know why I cannot subscribe the channel, so can't post anything here. But
it's like we have all problems solved at least once in the mirror contest.
wait, what?
So we have one AC for each problem in the mirror contest.
Oh, that's a bit interesting. Oh, nice one actually. And I think the unsolved problem on our side is segment elimination. So I would be interested in knowing who AC'd it. Okay, Noble Image 85. So that's Vikram. At this point, I'm not sure, but let's see what the solution looks like. I'm not okay. Looks like I don't have admin access on Mirror Contest, so that's fine. Yeah,
So, Aaron, where do you think competitive programming is headed, given that AI is becoming very good at competitive programming?
yeah. Actually, I think if you look at it first, I think the lead code now, like AIs can solve almost every problem. And they in fact have a separate leaderboard for AIs where they rank different models on how many problems they were able to solve and on what all languages they were able to solve them. So eventually we will reach the same stage for competitive programming as well. The advanced model would be able to solve almost everything. We have seen this even for IOA and ICPC World Finals that happened recently. The top models were able to solve all the problems,
Mm.
and like basically I think top models were able to solve Gemini, or I don't know ChatGPT which one was, were able to solve all the problems, and another model was able to solve 10 problems. But the actual winner of the world finals had only 9 problems solved. So they both the models perform better than them. And same is the case with IOA as well.
Right.
Okay, so I think Noble underscore image is a grandmaster from USA. Okay, yeah, the name sounded a bit like from India, and the flag was India. So probably I was like, who the person is, but yeah. So I think that's where we are, and I think there are disadvantages. I think it's quite bad, probably for the beginners,
Mm.
because usually the rating is the motivation to improve better.
Yeah.
And now they would be seeing probably the people, someone using ChatGPT or something is performing consistently better than them.
Yeah. Those skills translate to doing well uh, as a software engineer. That's what I've seen in the real world at least.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I agree. It's essentially will reinforce that you should be doing computer programming for your own learning rather than probably try to get some goal, probably a job or something.
yeah.
That's where, yeah. I think the live leaderboard, the only option available is there is a pinned comment that I have posted that has a blog link. You can probably click here. So this has an Excel sheet which is a bit delayed, but it's frequently updating. Okay, looks like okay, this was the mirror. I thought we have 8 ACs as well. Okay, in mirror contest also we have a team. I believe it's probably a team from Indonesia who is trying to solve. So they have also solved 10 problems. So yeah, I think we have good demographic outside India trying to solve the mirror contest. And I think this is probably the first time we have a mirror contest in India. I don't know, like Weber, do you guys used to have a live mirror contest?
Sometimes, yes. I think we did have some mirror contests, but usually, for most part, it was just a replay contest 1 week later or something like that. Or, yeah, at least a few days later. Um, what I've observed from other regionals is that they either have a parallel mirror like this one on Catus or somewhere else. Um, so yeah, but I think we were more regular with replay contests back then, like 2017, 18, 19 kind of period,
Yeah,
I
I
think.
think I would be right back in a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Okay, I think I'm back. Am I audible, Weber?
Yes, you are.
So, yeah, I think we were discussing about the mirror contest. Yeah, I think earlier it used to be a replay contest, usually 12 hours after the original contest in the night. And at times it used to be a replay contest after all the regionals for over a couple of months later. And I think for last 1 or 2 years we didn't had a replay contest when it was on code reels, but at least on code reels problems were public, so people tried to simulate it and do it later on. And then last year we didn't even have problems public yet,
Mm.
and this time we had replay contests which were a couple of days later. And today we tried to have a parallel replay contest so that teams can compare against with each other. I hope we can maintain the consistency.
Yeah, I think we could also host some of the past regional contests as, I don't know, like a long challenge of sorts.
Yeah,
Uh,
actually, one more caveat is like the problems which we had on Codetails for 4 years or so are not public as well. The judge is down. So people, like folks are trying to contact them if we can have something there, probably put those problems or get the judge back. But I'm not sure what's the state there.
yeah, unless I don't know if we have test data and statement somewhere. Like maybe the problem setters we'll have to collect stuff from everyone maybe, or stuff from Polygon if we have anything there still.
Yeah, and like I don't have the problems that I have created, and that would be the case with almost everyone. So
Yeah, yeah, that's unfortunate. Ideally, yeah, I would have liked to have all of the regionals we have had so far just for practice, easily available on
yeah,
CodeChef or something like that.
yeah,
Um,
actually, that's how we used to practice in our time as well. Essentially, create a 5 hour clock, try to solve
Mhm.
past problems, and then see what rank you have ended up being on,
Yeah, exactly.
and then trying to figure out how close you are probably qualifying to the world finals or something. Because these contests can accurately give you what all Indian ranks for the Indian teams were. You can
Yeah.
technically do the same with Universal Cup and all, but the
Mhm.
problem flavors there might change. You may not have a lot of Indian teams participating and all.
Yeah, and they're much harder, I guess.
Mm.
Like, I guess is Universal Cup harder than World Finals?
At times, yes, at times, no. So, Universal Cup is essentially all the regionals problem collected and created an ICPC contest out of it. So, many a times they have mirror, like, and the most common source is like the all the regionals that happen in China. So, they have ICPC in China, they have CCPC in China. CCPC is created by the people who did not like the ICPC. So, they created their own contest out of it.
I see.
And so, with those contests, they have around 15-20 contests from Universal Cup. And then we also have India in contest problems. Like we just collect the best problems, 12 best problems from all the four regionals Asia West we have and put out one contest. So that's where, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Unfortunately, long challenges don't exist anymore.
Mm.
But yeah, I think someone has started an initiative on Code Forces to have long
Yes,
challenge. Uh,
yes, I think it's the Enigma and Newton School they have started.
right, right,
So,
right.
and I think Arfa is the coordinator last I know.
Mm. Yeah, so I end up seeing some problems from these
Mm.
contests these days. Um,
Yeah, it's actually running Go for Gold Long Challenge.
right.
So actually, they have been quite consistent. They started in the start of this year,
Yeah.
and it's been December now. So they have created one contest every month.
Yeah. So I think for this month didn't see that many participants, but I think previously I've seen other people like Ajinkya, and I think I also saw Igor once in one of the contests.
Yeah,
Uh,
Ajinkya here is the.
yeah,
Is it the Meow? No, it's not Somik Sarkar. So I think he has three O's. And
yeah,
yeah, Ajinkya.
yeah. Ajinkya, I've been seeing him regularly on the leaderboard. Um,
I think you folks should try it out. I think these problems are supposed to be educational problem.
yeah,
And long challenge in our days used to happen on Coursera, and many a times they used to introduce tricks that we didn't know. And since it was around 10 days contest, many a times we used to search on Google for the different types of problem, learn those tricks. At times read papers which other research papers with others have put out, and try to solve problems using them. Okay, yeah, Igor is here.
yeah,
Yeah, Igor and Ajinkya again.
yeah. I think if we have more people trying to contribute problems, then we can try to restart the contest. It will take some effort, but I think it will be worth it. Uh, yeah, I'm sure there will be ex participants interested in contributing problems. So um, let's see. But again, people have other priorities, so it's hard to get people to commit. Um,
Okay, Keval have Mutsi also 6 problems and no WS yet. So they are actually quite consistent. And tourists also have 6 ACs. And the state of affairs remains the same. D4 maxers have solved 10 problems. Then we have skill tissue from IIT Rurki with 7 ACs and a lot of teams with 6 ACs. The 6 ACs is quite increasing, 17 teams so far. And the caveat is like we have 27 ACs on 6 problems. So a good number of teams have solved these problems as well. So when the contest comes close to an end, they will start solving these problems. So we have 3 hours into the contest right now.
so Aryan, do you have any predictions for the rank 2, 3, and 4 maybe?
Yeah, I think I don't know a lot of teams here, so don't know who is better or what ratings there. But I think we will have one team from IIT Rurki in top four. And like there are a lot of IIT Rurki teams. And then we will also have one team from Varanasi as well. There are a couple of teams here. And I'm not sure if IIT Madras would remain in top four or not. Let the time decide that. So yeah. And I think tourists who have won previously from IIT Delhi will probably end up being in top five. Yeah, like people in the chat are saying tourists would be ranked two. Like
Mhm.
the caveat is like for tourists to be ranked two, they will have to beat one of the teams on the number of problems solved. They won't be able to chase teams on the time penalty at least. So let's hope ki they are able to solve 10 or 9 problems and another team has solved only 8 problems. Only then they would be able to come at rank two.
Yeah, makes sense. Um,
Yeah, I think with this we should probably discuss the next problems as well.
sure.
So I think we did red green game. Now we should probably go for X2Y. I think we have already read the problem statement. I will quickly read the problem statement of preventive measures so that we can potentially discuss it later on. As a part of smart cities mission, engineers are designing highly efficient municipal utility grid. The network is currently structured as tree with two N connection hubs. To maintain load balance, a specialist named Bob is tasked with pairing these hubs into N distinct links such that total length of all connection equals exactly k kilometers. However, to ensure the grid is resilient against specific synchronization failure, a lead architect named Alice must modify the network layout. She is authorized to decommission one existing transmission line and replace it with a new one, ensuring the network remains singly connected component. Her objective is to reconfigure the grid so that it becomes mathematically impossible for Bob to achieve a total connected length of exactly k, thereby forcing a more robust distribution of network load. Alice and Bob have a tree T consist of 2n nodes numbered from 1 to n. The Bob has an integer k and wants to find n pairs x1, y1, x2, y2, xn, yn such that each integer from 1 to 2n appears in exactly one pair and sum of distances is exactly equal to k. Distance xi y denotes the distance between node xi and yi in the tree, that is number of edges on unique path between xi and yi. Alice doesn't want Bob to succeed. She can perform the following operation. Remove one edge from the tree and add a new edge in the tree such that the edge still remains a tree. Note that it is allowed to choose same edge to both delete and insert operation, which will just result in the original tree. Help Alice find an edge that should be deleted and an edge that should be added. If there are multiple solutions, find any of them. It can be proven that under the constraint of this problem, it's always possible to delete an edge and add an edge such that there do not exist n pairs. Yeah, actually, people have a lot of suggestion here. At times, they suggest that you should not guarantee stuff in the problem statement. We could have simply asked people to print -1 if it's impossible to do it, and we would not have any samples on it, but let folks deflect over their idea as well. So essentially, on high level, the idea is you are given 2n nodes, you have to find n pairs, and when you look at sum of distances between those the pairs, can you make that distance exactly equal to k? That's the problem statement. Now what you can do is you can delete one edge and remove one edge to ensure that it's impossible to get a number k. So I think this is one.
Yeah. I guess we've also discussed XOR product MST problem statement, not the solution, but just
Yeah,
the statement.
problem statement I think we have done with the first 6 problems.
First six. Okay.
I think it was 16 teams from Amritapuri last year that qualified for Asia West. And assuming duplicate and all, I am assuming there would be 4 teams duplicate. So it ended up being around 20 or so. Because I think it's natural to assume that the teams that are at top here would have also been among the top ranks in the other regions. Okay, we have one more team with 7 aces actually. Malai Chap Extra Mal, which I think it's from IIT Rurki. So yeah, now we have 2 teams from IIT Rurki which has solved 7 problems fighting against each other. And the only thing that ensures between them that none of them directly qualifies for the world finals is D4 Maxers from IIT Kharagpur.
Nice.
So
History
actually,
is
one of the team would be cursing IIT Kharagpur and another team would be thanking them so that
yeah.
essentially they have an extra chance to get above the other team in Asia West finals.
Yeah. Downside of having too many good teams
Yeah, like
among.
that has actually been always been the case with IIT Roorkee. Like we have seen past regionals where the second and third rank, both of them are from IIT Roorkee in Amritapuri regionals only.
Yeah.
And yeah, back then I think IIT Kanpur from Yash Chandani won that contest. But yeah.
Yeah. And roughly 1 more hour before we freeze the leaderboard, I guess.
Yes, and we will also end stream back then. So we have 2 hours remaining in the contest. So yeah, people are asking, can we have Dominator after the contest? I think we will have closing ceremony. Not sure we will have interview there or not. And closing ceremony will also be streamed on this channel, hopefully. Or if Dominator ends up solving the last problem, then we may see if we can get him on the stream here. But we don't really don't know what exactly he's doing. It's quite likely that he's just sitting around there. He may not want to solve this problem because he know that at this point, if anyone wants to overtake him, then they will have to win by a problem penalty. he he has quite good. So only if
Yeah.
someone solves all the problem, they would be above him. And if sees that he finds this problem hard, then other teams would be. And I don't think any team would try on this problem unless they have solved all the other problems. Because what they know is like no one has solved segment elimination, so they don't know what difficulty this is. But all the remaining problems have at least one AC, so they know that those problems are actually solvable. And anyone wants to try out problems that are solvable rather than trying out new ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think public rank list has some delay there. So yeah, IIT Rurki to carry. Hello. Yeah, so IIT Rurki is quite close, rank 2, 3,
Mhm.
6.
15.
Yeah, like someone says at his Kanpur regional, his both of his teammates were chilling and only Dominator was solving all the problems. Yeah, like that's how Dominator did created a team in first place. He was like he's pretty sure that he will qualify for the world finals. So he simply took his friends, his best friends, and formed a team out of it. So, and I think that's quite natural as well. Like even if we had a grandmaster and a legendary grandmaster in a team, there's a good chance that grandmaster would be sitting grandmaster would be sitting idle.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, uh, yeah, I think
Because
we used to see this pattern a lot, even with some of the CMI teams in the past, but long, long back, where other people were really good at math but didn't know anything about CP. But you had to form a team of 3 people. So, yeah. Um, okay. Yeah, I don't know much about any of the other teams either. I haven't been following who is who as much as I used to. So, yeah, hard to predict
yeah,
who.
like that's the case for me as well. And usually people publish a code forces blog, teams going to Indian regionals where they publish
Mhm.
name, handle and everything. But not a lot of people said their team names, etc. So all I have with me is the name of the participants, which I got someone from the ICPC. But that's all. So we have one more team with 7 aces now. So Golden Eagle has solved seventh problem. Which problem is it? And then they have jumped to rank 3. So they have solved prod MST. So yeah, I think that would be the so Golden Eagles have solved harder problems first, and then they are trying out these problems. So and they have jumped from rank 6 to rank 3 now. This is again an IIT Rurki team. So we have IIT Kharagpur from day 4 maxes at 1. Second, third, and fourth, all of them have 7 ACs, and all the teams are from IIT Rurki.
Wow.
So quite neck to neck competitions.
And yeah, they have solved the exact same set of problems as well so far.
Yeah, because I think that would be the case because now everyone knows the 7th easiest problems.
Mm,
So everyone would be trying out point mirror, and I would expect these teams to solve point mirror.
mm,
And uh, I think actually both point mirror and pair path maximizations would be doable problems for these teams in last 2 hours. So I think that's where we would end up with. Okay, looks like Dominator has solved the last problem as well. So
okay.
so yeah, we have a team that has solved all the 11 problems. It's T4 maxes, and it's still 1 hour 50 minutes remaining in the contest. So like a shout out to T4 maxes for solving all the problems.
Yeah. I think that's a great performance from Div 4 Maxes, showing again that their team is really strong. Um, I hope they can carry the performance to the World Final as well. Uh, yeah, and I think the contest is still super interesting for the rest of the teams. And it's great to see that we have a nice gradient throughout the contest, pretty much. I think like over the next hour and a half, we'll see a lot more solves for the middle section, like score queries, preventative measures, and XOR product MST. So yeah, I think the gradient will become more clear. But yeah, overall, I think this has been a great set of problems. Not too easy or
Yeah,
too hard.
and one more thing that actually the team would have now it's pretty explicit. Right, so far it was implicit. Is that no one can qualify from this regional. So all teams would be trying to do is maximize their qualification chances for Asia West from here,
Yeah,
and that's where yeah, because now you even if you solve all the problems, you won't be able to beat D4 maxes on time penalty because let's say you have all the teams have to solve at least 4 problems to get an AC on every problem. 3 hours have been the contest that will simply add 9 hours, 12 hours to the penalty, right? So your time penalty until now should have been just 3 hours if you want to overtake Dominator. And everyone has 8, 9, 10 something.
yeah.
So yeah, IT Rurki, IT Rurki, IT Rurki. And that's where, yeah.
We could potentially have one more. The rank 15 team gets one more problem.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. And actually, hey, I do CP. Let me. So do we know, like, I think this is probably a repeat team from IT Rurki.
Okay.
So
Yeah, Aryan, I'll be back in
World
like
fun.
10 minutes.
Sure. Okay, people said, hey, I do CP games second in Chennai. So I think they know they have qualified for Asia West as well. So actually, in that case, we can have four teams from IIT Rurki at the top. Yeah, I was looking at what was the IIT Rurki team from Asia World Finals last year. Yeah, actually, it's hey, hey, I do CP. So yeah, actually, hey, I do CP from IIT Rurki qualified for the World Finals last year. So they are pretty good contenders of top four. In that case, the rank list can be just IIT Kharagpur, IIT Rurki four times, and then that's the end of the day. Okay, we have more teams that have solved seven problems now. Skill tissue, golden eagle. Touristers have also solved seven problems now. They were second. They were the winners of Chennai regionals. So they are bridging the gap here. And then here I do CP has also solved seven problems. So one, two, three, four, five. Among the five teams that have seven problems solved, which we have four teams from IIT Rurki. So yeah, like quite a close neck to neck competition in IIT Rurki. I Okay, we have one more team which has 8 aces now. Hey, hey, I do CP. They have just now solved the eighth problem. So now we have IIT Kharagpur at 1, IIT Rurki at 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello, I hope I'm audible. Since Vaibhav is not here, I cannot confirm. If someone in the chat can confirm it, that would be great. Okay, tourist D4 makes it the blasters. So yeah. Okay, thanks, Cyrus. So this leaderboard is not yet updated. Like this team will move to second rank now. So I think quite a condemned performance, quite a good performance by IIT Rurki as a whole here, I would say. While they will have to figure out logistics among themselves who goes to the world finals. But all of the teams have proven that they are strong contenders of the for the world finals, and we will have to wait for ASRS to figure out who finally makes it. Oh, like by the people in the chat, what is the most funny name you find among all the team names here? I think there are a couple of D4 Maxes skill tissue, and I think D4 Maxes now sounds more like they consider ICPC as a D4 contest. And at least looking at their leaderboard, that's how they have shown it. And I think skill tissue, we have Golden Eagle, Malite Snap, Touristers. Catch us if you can. It said built-in ores. I don't think number two team will qualify for the world finals. And rather, it would be like no one from here would qualify for the world finals. Okay, Bole Chature. Mhm. And actually, Mirror also has quite a good rank list. Katta fighter. Funny names. I think total number of teams from Asia West would be around 15, 16. Usually that's the count. Asia West also includes teams from India, Bangladesh, Iran, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and potentially Sri Lanka too. But there was supposed to be one regional in Sri Lanka as well. I'm not sure what the current state of affairs is. So usually in Iran, I think it's usually just one or two universities. Sharif University is the strongest one there. Like they have won few medals at ICPC as well. So usually the contest boils down to the teams between India and Bangladesh there. So the number is variable, but yeah, around that would be the count there. And usually regionals win awards a direct slot. Okay, Teja Smart by the way is actually doing a mirror contest. Their contest is around 1.5 hour delayed from our current stream, and he has solved 4 problems. Okay, from Asia West, from Amritapuri to Asia West. Last year it was 16 teams. Considering duplicates and all, I think it was around top 20 teams that qualified for Asia West. Okay, we have one more team with 8 ACs now. Again, a team from IIT Rurki, Malai Chap, Extra Masala, which have solved 8 problems now. So this isn't updated yet, but this is where we are.
Wi-Fi console.
Okay, so Malai Chap Extra Masala finished second in Kanpur. So was it the case that even in Kanpur, Chennai, the second team was from IIT Roorkee?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Satyam near us, who will probably come on stream in some time. So yeah, quite a good close competitions between IIT Roorkee. Hey, hi Vaibhav. Am I audible?
Yeah.
So the current state of affairs is it's IIT Kharagpur at the top, and 4 teams from IIT Roorkee. 2 teams with 8 ACs and 2 teams with 7 ACs right now. And both the teams with 8 ACs was second in Kanpur and Chennai regionals.
Oh, wow. That's that's so
Mm,
surprising.
mm.
Which team is at rank 2 at the moment?
Rank 2 is Hey Hey I Do CP. This was the team that went to ICPC World Finals last year from Roorkee.
Oh, I see, I see.
Yeah, and
So I
then
guess so last time, so around 15 minutes back, they were on 6 problems. So I guess they have solved 2 problems very quickly.
yes, they solved 2 problems within 10 minutes or so.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think we can actually look at that time, but yeah.
Yeah, especially if none of these guys get another solve before leaderboard freezes.
Mm.
Uh, then at least for the viewers, there'll be something interesting to watch out
Yeah,
for.
like what I know is like because teams have realized that they won't qualify for the World Finals. So
Yeah,
as long as they are guaranteed a slot to the Asia West, they won't try hard over it. So I really doubt we will see more than 9 ACs here because there is no incentive to get more than 9 ACs.
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So I think this is where we are. Yeah, like if you see like within 5 minutes they see two problems.
Oh wow.
So should we look at what was the bug?
In
Okay, looks
basically,
like they both of these were freshly written, so I don't see
mm,
old submissions with the same.
yeah,
So yeah, I think job prime or job prod MST, I think is something that someone can do on a paper. There are a couple of edge cases that they would fail, and it's quite fast. It can actually be coded within 4 minutes.
mm,
So it's possible one teammate was solving it on paper,
yeah,
figuring out all the cases, while squ- score queries is a bit data structure heavy. You need a segment tree and all. So someone was solving it on keyboard.
mm.
So that's how it would have went.
And what is the team at rank three? Malai Chap Extra Masala.
Yeah. So yeah, these four teams are IIT Rurki teams only. Yeah, so this is the updated scoreboard. Kharagpur, Rurki, 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 Rurki. And I think this year, like folks tried to put all the top teams in Amritapuri. So it's
Hmm.
possible that Malai Chap Extra Masala didn't had a good rank in the online round. I don't know. I haven't seen the rank list, but that's where we are.
But yeah, it's commendable that maybe like they have a great culture, like CP culture in the college, for so many good teams to be coming year after year. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Actually, IIT Rurki has quite a good culture programming. They have a programming club, and seniors at times used to take sessions for them. So not surprised at all. And probably I would say among all the colleges, IIT Rurki has the best programming culture. And at least among the IITs, I don't know what happens outside. And even their coach is quite actively involved looking at the teams. So after the contest end, you will see a LinkedIn post from him congratulating all the four teams for a very good performance here. And like he's one of the coach who actually travels with the participants in the world finals every year.
yeah, maybe in the next stream we should bring him uh, here to chat about his experience and um,
Yeah, actually, good idea. We can do that. So yeah, I think we should have a list of guests who can be on stream and then
yeah, and
try to reach
maybe
out to them.
some one-on-one contests like you used to host on your channel um, between some
Yeah.
past contestants would be interesting.
So we have one more team with 9 aces now. Hey, I do CP has just now solved one more problem. So yeah, I think with that, or even though Hey, I do CP has quite a bad time penalty, but so you see like 20 minutes and 4 aces in the same hour. Okay, sequence DOM. I think code is quite short even for this problem. So it's possible someone was doing it on paper.
Hmm.
So I think Malai Chap, Extra Masala will probably be able to overtake them because if they get an issue on this within 3 hours, what is the current timer? Okay, it's 3.5 hours so far. So I don't think Malai Chap Extra Masala can overtake Hey Hey I Do CP,
Just based
but
on number of
skill tissue, yeah, skill tissue can potentially overtake the other two teams because if they solve these two problems, they would have with around 15 or 16 hours time penalty with 9 ECs. Golden Eagle can also overtake the other two teams. So I think there is still a possibility of some shuffling between IIT Rurki teams here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the last
And
one
yeah,
are going to be very interesting.
mm, and I'm actually thinking like, okay, sequence domination is also solved, right? So which problem is something that IIT Hey I Do CP hasn't solved yet? Okay, max pairs is something that Hey I Do CP hasn't solved it, but I'm pretty sure they will get it
Okay.
because the idea isn't hard, the code isn't that difficult. So we can assume that Hey I Do CP will solve 10 problems. I'm not sure if they would be trying out the last problem.
We haven't discussed the problem yet,
Yeah,
right? Max PRS.
yeah, yeah. Actually, we can potentially discuss this. Like these have quite good ACs now, so we can pick these three problems. I think X2Y. The idea was you can either do a +1 on a number. So the idea for X2Y is pretty. So the idea is like essentially, let's say whether you have to do something really, what will you do? Like the idea is you can do +1 on a number or you can shuffle its bits.
So yeah, let's say you want to reach Y, right? Yeah, you do a
Yeah,
+1.
X2Y.
Um, um, you basically try to introduce an extra one um, in the original number.
Yeah, essentially, like the main idea here would be like, let's say you have some numbers and then 0, 0, 1. +1 will give you 1, 0. You can obtain the same by shuffling numbers as well.
Right.
And you can do +1. You can obtain the same by shuffling and doing a +1, these three numbers. And 1, 0, 0, it doesn't matter. So what is, you will realize it's never optimal to do two continuous +1s at any point in time.
Hmm.
You
Okay.
must always shuffle before doing a +1 again. Now it will boil down to cases. You can, if X equal to Y, then the count is 0 always. Within one operation, you can either shuffle the number or do a +1. So if X +1 equal to Y, or if the number of ones in X and Y are same, then you can get one operation. Otherwise, you need at least two operations, to be honest. Now you know that the bits must change. One thing is like you can remove a lot of bits by creating a number like this.
Yeah.
If you do a +1 here, you will end up with 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So you have to decrease, if you have to decrease the number of bits, then you can always get it done in three operations. Shuffle, +1 shuffle.
Yeah.
At max, 3 operations are required. You can potentially check for the cases when you potentially don't need this shuffle or this shuffle. So the answer would be 2 or 3, assuming we have already taken care of 0 and 1.
Yeah.
And now
Makes sense.
if we have to increase number of ones, then you don't have any choice. But to do some shuffling, create a 0 out of it, do a +1, same number, and then do a shuffling again to put 1 somewhere else to make it a 0. And then do again a +1. Then shuffle it somewhere else to make it here a 0 +1, something like that.
Yeah.
So on high level, what you will need is, if you have to increase 5 ones, you do +1, +1, +1, +1, +1 5 times, and you shuffle each time in between. This will give you around 11 operations, and you can potentially check for the cases when you can avoid this shuffle or this shuffle. So you can have anywhere between 9 to 11 as an answer. And I think this is the great idea for this problem.
Nice. Yeah, I think it's a neat problem with a couple of insights. Uh, I enjoyed the problem, at least. I think,
Thank you.
yeah.
So, and I think 105 teams have solved this problem. So I hope that's the case. Not sure why this page is empty right now. Usually, I think this is the page where you can find the rank list. Some glitch somewhere. There are many teams that have solved 7 problems now, 11. So we can assume for sure for Asia West, we will need at least 7 problems.
Yeah.
Because hopefully everyone would try to get those aces.
Yeah, penalties will end up being very important, I guess.
Yes. So I think this is where we are.
Do you want to also discuss XOR?
Yes. The idea for Zorban is like most of the edges would be of weight 0 only. For example, if you look at numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, something like that. And what you will notice is that XOR of numbers, for example, 8 to 10 is 0. And since XOR exists in production, you can connect 8 and 11 with 0 cost. Same would be the case with 14 and 15 as well. Same would be the case with 4 and 7 as well.
Mm.
And also, you can notice that that would also be the case with all the numbers from 1 to 7 as well.
Yeah.
So even these weights would be 0.
Yeah.
So you can essentially connect all 4K and 4K plus 3, etc. with 1 with cost 0.
Mm.
So this is one idea here. And then you can notice that XOR of any two consecutive numbers is 1, because only the last bit changes. Not always 1, but if, for example, 6, 7 XOR is 1, 8, 9
Mm.
XOR is 1. So you can again connect 6 with 9 with 0 cost. You can again connect 10 with 13 with 0 cost.
I see.
So this way you would, if a number existed more, then you could have connected a next as well.
Hmm.
And then you can connect 2 with 5 with cost 0 and 5 and so on. Things will go like this. So
So
overall idea was most of the edge.
can you remind me of the original objective? So we had n nodes and the
We had n nodes and any two nodes had an edge with cost x multiplied by y multiplied by XOR of numbers from x to y.
I see. Okay.
So if we can get a XOR 0, then that edge cost is simply 0.
That makes sense.
So I think this is where we are. It will finally boil down to looking at the cases for n equal to 4k, n equal to 4k plus 1, n equal to 4k plus 2, and n equal to 4k plus 3. And you will see that an optimal tree will have only 3 edges which have weight non-zero. And many a times it would be just one edge or two edges, something like that.
Mhm.
So that's where you can do, and the most you can try to figure out the cases here, or the most optimal thing you can do is you can just write, you know how to find MST if you have all the n square. So you can simply brute force for
Mhm.
n equal to 16, 17, 18, 19, and you will clearly see the pattern that's going on. I think that's the reason job prod MST has around 75 ACs now.
Yeah. And I guess up till rank 68 or so, we have 500 points. So yeah, basically first 5 problems solved, which makes sense, I guess, until here at least. It was
Mm,
mostly ad hoc insights to solve the problems.
mm, Rurki, yes. So we also have Satyam with us. I'm not sure if we would be able to have two headphones to discuss around, but I think mic we would be able to do that. So probably Satyam may not be able to hear you, but I will probably relay the conversations. Mhm.
Or I can hold on headphone for some time.
क्या mic?
Yeah.
Actually एक काम कर तुम यहाँ पे आओ.
We can hear him.
And
Yeah.
कैमरा आपका कैमरा आपका
Camera I think तुम भी देख लो मैं तो 4 घंटे से कैमरा है.
नहीं like
So
one
we
headphone.
also have Satyam with us now. Like I think Vaibhav, you can probably interview him. I will give him that.
Yeah, hi. Hello.
Hello,
Yeah.
welcome to the stream. I think we only have 10 minutes left for
So
the
Satyam, what do you, okay, we can interview what you have to say about this contest, man. People have solved it within 3 hours. What
Uh,
are you doing?
yeah. So like we had to like remove one of the like hardest problems for like some reason. And actually like initially we thought that like the problems were like quite hard. So like we debuffed is like some of the problems like in case of like sequence domination like we decided to have like n less than equal to 100 instead of like 400. And in case of and for like the score queries problem, the version that I had in my mind was like you are given a array, and you need to find the sum of score over all subsequences. So yeah, it is a bit like non-trivial. Looking back, I think probably like the feedback like that we got was like somewhat like reasonable only. Like it seems like the if we just remove like two problems like score queries and sequence domination that we consider to be the hardest two problems, all the other problems do seem a bit harder than usual, because yeah, I was not expecting only one AC on segment elimination. I was probably expecting around like 7 to 10 ACs. And similarly with path pair one, I thought that yeah, like it is a probably like standard problem only, a bit like filler, because like we wanted something around that difficulty. So yeah, like I think yeah, I see oh, okay. So one good thing is that I see like three ACs on like sequence domination.
Yeah, I
So
think
it seems,
he just got one more AC.
yeah, so it seems like probably like these two problems are indeed like easier only. Not just that, Dominator solve them yeah, I mean a combination of both. So yeah, like we probably overestimated like two problems, and I think like we should get some more aces on like segment elimination only.
Hmm.
Probably the teams that are like aiming for top three, or yeah, top three, top five, whatever. So yeah, like
Nice.
this is the like mainly.
Yeah, I think that's super interesting because people end up following the order based on the number of solves. So yeah,
Yeah,
it would be fun to see more ACs on segment elimination. And if you can just open the rank list once, the gap between rank 3 and 4 is only 54 seconds in terms of time penalty. So if only they submit, yeah, it won't matter that much eventually, but
yeah.
because everyone is just going to qualify for Asia West final, I guess.
What happened?
Rank 3
I
and
think the
4 have
most
a,
recent on sequence dominant is the 8 ACs
yeah.
tourists from Chennai winners.
Oh yeah, but the rank 4 1 team is like tourists, and they won like Chennai regionals. So like
I
they
see.
have, so yeah,
Okay.
so they have already
Yeah.
qualified to Asia West. And
I
yeah,
got it.
a bit unfair for yeah, hey, I do CP, because like yeah, if like Dom
Mhm.
was not here, so probably they might have got like the rank one. But yeah, I think this team was like rank 2 in Chennai also. So yeah, but the
Oh,
good thing for these teams is that like they would have like chance to qualify from like Asia West.
yeah. Um. So rank 4 tourists, they are also from Roorkee, right? Uh,
No, tourists are from tourist team is from IT Delhi.
Delhi. Okay. 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 Got it. Got it. Cool. Nice. Thanks for spending so much time and effort with all of the problem sets this year.
Yeah,
I think we have to, yeah, congratulate uh, Satyam on doing such an incredible job because it takes a lot of hard work to set these problems, test these problems, and so on. And I think he has sort of been the main driving force for a bunch of this work this year. So thanks a lot. And
yeah,
uh,
yeah. Thanks.
it
And yeah,
we have seen some great problems. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I would also like to mention that yeah, I was mainly like coordinating with Nishank, so he goes by the handle like Ice Knight. So yeah, we both worked together only. Yeah, I think only thing that I don't like about this contest is that probably yeah, Dominator KK'd pretty quickly, which we did not won. But other than that, I think the difficulty curve is pretty smooth. So yeah, there is enough competition between other teams, but probably not too much to fight for, because he already took the rank 1 and world final spot. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, that says more about ICPC rules and maybe potential improvements there. But
Yeah,
problem set wise, I think it is not often that you see such an interesting set where teams are competing so hard. And you need to be very careful about your accuracy, not have very high time penalty and so on. So
yeah, right.
great job once again. Thanks a lot.
Yeah,
Uh,
thanks for joining also.
yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, and maybe you should do more live streams for other contests as well. Uh, Although I know you are usually busy with monitoring submissions and making sure that things are running fine, I guess. But it would be good to have you as part of like other live streams that we might do in the future, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Um, all right. Hmm. So yeah, just 5 minutes left, I guess, for leaderboard to freeze now.
Yeah, right. Let's see.
Do you have a favorite problem from the problem set?
Mm, favorite problem, I think like I am like probably a bit biased towards wait, what was the actual name? Yeah, like the problem E. So like preventive measures. So yeah, in this, just to sum up, like the problem is that like we have a tree of two end nodes, and like there are two players. The goal of, and there is also an integer k. So the goal of the first player is to like partition the two end nodes into like n pairs, such that like each node is present in one pair only, and the sum of distance between the all the nodes is like k. Sum of distance between all the nodes in the each pair is like k. So yeah, like, and the other player like does not want this to happen, so he would like take an edge, delete it, and add an edge. So yeah, in this the idea is pretty simple. Like the one like important observation is that let's say like there are two nodes, u and v, so the distance between them is basically depth of u plus depth of v minus 2 into depth of LCA. So if we just look at the parity thing, like the two things like just gets cancelled out. So the distance between them just depends on the parity of distance between them just depends on the sum of depth between them. So yeah, like so this way there is an like easier solution. And yeah, probably for this problem, I think writing checker is significantly harder than the problem itself. So yeah, like I think it yeah, a simple problem, but yeah, like in a cool observation.
So what's hard about writing the checker for this problem? Can you like delve a bit into that?
Yeah, so actually, yeah, I should point out that probably writing checker is like not that hard. For this problem, we just need to find the like minimum bound possible and the maximum bound possible, and all the distances between them are uh, possible, or all the distances are having the like same parity. But here if we actually if we are like proposing this as a checker, so we also need the proof that this everything is like possible. So there, like, yeah, it is a bit like non-trivial. How to prove that? Basically we can get all the like distance between this maximum bound and the like minimum bound. So yeah, this is but yeah, initially we thought that we already have enough hard problems, so we
Hmm.
like did not decide to use this checker as in as a problem. So, but yeah,
Oh, I see, I see. I see. Got it.
yeah, like too much
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
And will there be a problem discussion session at the end of the contest? And yeah, like at the
Yeah,
Amritapuri side today.
yeah, so we are planning to have a like post contest discussion after the like we have decided to have after the award ceremony this time, so that like the guests can probably like leave earlier, and so that they are not occupied with it. But after that, like, yeah, we are planning to have a like post contest discussion.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah, I wish we could stream it because sometimes people want to come back to the problem discussion in the future. But yeah, I think even having the editorial at some point after the contest would be super helpful. Cool. Yeah, I think we only have 1 minute left now. Any predictions as to who is going to be rank 2, 3, 4, 5, or so on?
Yeah. Yeah. So let me just check. I think the teams that have done like sequence domination should have
Hmm,
yeah, better chances.
I see.
So okay, so hey CP, yeah, like these guys have done it. So I would say probably hey, I do CP only would be like probably like rank two because I think like they have done one of the like harder problems that we think because according to us like segment elimination is like not that hard. So within an hour, I hope that yeah they should be able to like get it.
Nice. Cool. I think we'll see
Like
within 1 hour.
following coordinations.
Uh,
Yeah, and
Yeah, I think it has been a super interesting contest for me at least. I hadn't seen the problem set before the contest, but Aryan and I ended up discussing the first 5 or 6 problems.
Club
I'll
fitting
definitely
hard.
try out preventative measures after the contest. I haven't
sure.
tried it yet, and try to AC it in the mirror contest. Um, but yeah, now I have some hints from you, so hopefully it
Yeah,
makes things easier. Um, cool. All right. I think Aryan, now the leaderboard is frozen, so maybe we can stop casting it.
yeah,
Uh,
maybe
yeah, I
I'll.
can. Thanks, Satyam. And
Hey, hi, Vaibhav.
yeah, so I think for us, maybe the rank list might.
It's frozen.
Okay, it's frozen. All right.
Yeah, so I will stop sharing my screen, otherwise we will end up leaking.
Yeah. All
So,
right.
yeah,
Cool. I
all
think
right.
it's been a great contest. I'll see you guys later.
Sure. Thanks a lot, Vaibhav, for joining with us today.
Yeah.
And thanks,
Thanks,
Satyam,
Aryan.
for creating the contest.
Yeah.
And I think we will see if we can have one for Asia West as well. But yeah, and
Yeah.
hopefully we will have continue to have mirrors going forward. So that's where we are. And I think the current state of affairs is, I think IIT Kharagpur, as you know, has already won the contest. Then we had tourists from IIT Delhi at rank 5 with 8 aces. And apart from that, we had 4 IIT Rurki teams at the top. I think I will probably just share this sheet once. So this was the final state of affairs before the contest ended. And I think I will let people in the chat look out for favorite team. I will quickly scroll on this one once so they can look at their favorite teams where they are at. Oh, yeah, I think around 317 teams have solved at least one problem. So this is where we are at. And hopefully from problem statement wise, I think segment elimination, in our opinion, is the hardest one, right? Or
uh, like uh,
no?
like based on like scoreboard, yeah, it
Okay.
seems like the
Okay,
hardest one.
so Satyam says that was not actually the hardest problem, but scoreboard made it look like so. So that would be the case, and I think every team knows what problem they should be trying out next based on the scoreboard. So that's how it would happen. And hopefully IIT Rurki solves one more problem. Basically, hey, I do CP solves one more problem, and Malai Chap tourist and all would actually follow them. Right now, what we know is like 20th rank is at 6 problem with some time penalty. Most likely it would end up being 7 problems here. So everyone would actually need 7 problems to qualify for Asia West. And then, like, now it doesn't, teams may not have a lot of motivation to solve for more problems because they know that they have already qualified for the Asia West and they cannot qualify for World Finals from this contest. So there aren't high stakes for anyone with who is at rank 2 or rank 10.
Yeah.
So this is where we are. And I think that with that, I think we will wrap up the stream. So thanks everyone in the audience for joining us, and thanks a lot Vaibhav, for joining.
All right. Thanks, Aryan. See you.
Thanks.
Bye.
See you.